Did you know the car market is collapsing? It's true, and here's why. Picture yourself in a shiny new car, the smell of fresh leather, the revving engine, the envious looks from passers-by. Now imagine that the moment you drive it off the lot, it loses 10% of its value. Yes, you heard it right, a whopping 10%, just like that, gone with the wind. But wait, it gets even better, or should I say worse. By the time you're celebrating its first birthday, your once new car has lost another 20% of its value. That's right, 1/5 of its worth evaporates into thin air. It's like throwing a lavish party only to realize you've paid for all the guests' meals and drinks, and all you're left with are the crumbs and empty bottles. Now let's fast forward to the end of the third year. You might think surely the depreciation must have slowed down by now, right? Wrong. Your car has now depreciated by a whopping 50%. Just to put that into perspective, it's like buying a brand new designer suit, only to have it shrink to half its size after a few washes. Not such a great investment, is it? This rapid depreciation is not some cruel joke played by the universe on unsuspecting car owners. It's a harsh reality that's shaking the foundations of the car market. The depreciation hits the hardest in the first few years, making new cars a challenging investment. It's like a roller coaster ride that only goes down and you're strapped in the front seat. So if you're considering buying a new car, buckle up. It's a rocky road ahead, but don't worry, this is just the start of our journey. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the collapsing car market, the pandemic's impact on car production, and the seismic shifts in car market dynamics. We'll also be shedding light on the challenges faced by the luxury car market and offering some savvy advice for those considering buying a car in the current market. So, keep your seatbelts fastened as we navigate through these turbulent times. Now let's shift gears and talk about the pandemic's impact on car production. The global health crisis of 2020 caused a significant disruption in many sectors, and the automotive industry was no exception. With factories forced to close due to lockdown measures, car production took a major hit. This drop in production had a ripple effect that we're still feeling today. Fast forward to 2023 and 2024, and we see a noticeable decrease in the supply of cars. Now we all know that when supply drops and demand stays the same or even increases, prices tend to go up. This is exactly what's happened in the car market. The scarcity of cars due to reduced production has had an interesting side effect. It's allowed some cars to buck the typical depreciation trends. Instead of seeing their value drop rapidly in the first few years, these cars have managed to retain around 60% of their original value. This is a stark contrast to the usual 50% drop in value by year 3 that we discussed earlier. So why is this important? Well, it's a reminder that even in challenging times, there can be silver linings. For car owners, it's meant that their vehicles have held their value better than expected. For potential buyers, it's a sign that they might need to dig a little deeper into their pockets. But it's also a wake-up call for the industry. The pandemic has shown just how quickly and dramatically external factors can disrupt production. It's a lesson in the importance of resilience and adaptability. The pandemic has certainly put a speed bump in the car industry's path. But, as we all know, speed bumps are there to slow us down, not to stop us. So it will be interesting to see how the industry navigates this challenge and what strategies it adopts to get back on track. After all, the road ahead may be bumpy, but it's by navigating these bumps that we learn, grow, and keep moving forward. But what's happening in the market right now? Let's take a look under the hood. Over the past dozen months, the car market has been like a game of musical chairs. With the music slowing down, we're seeing some intriguing shifts in the dynamic. Used car prices, which were soaring higher than an eagle on a thermal updraft, are now experiencing a gentle descent. The decrease isn't as dramatic as a skydiver without a parachute, but it's steady, falling between 1.5% to 2.5% every month. Now, you might be thinking, great, I can finally get that vintage convertible I've been dreaming of without selling a kidney. Well, hold your horses, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. While used car prices are going down, new car inventory is hitting the ceiling. It's as if someone opened the floodgates and a deluge of new cars came pouring out. However, this surge in new cars isn't necessarily a good thing for everyone. You see, some brands are struggling to keep up with the sudden influx. It's like they've been invited to a potluck and they've brought a salad, but everyone else brought lasagna. The metaphorical lasagna in this case is the supply of new cars. Some car manufacturers are trying to juggle this overflow, but they're finding it as challenging as juggling flaming chainsaws. It's a precarious situation that's causing some brands to face supply challenges. These brands are caught in a tough spot, like a rock in a hard place, or a car between two semi-trucks. So, As we rev our engines and prepare to navigate this ever-changing landscape, one thing is clear. The car market is far from stagnant. It's as dynamic as a high-speed chase in an action movie, filled with twists, turns, and unexpected plot developments. But as any seasoned driver will tell you, the key to navigating any road, no matter how winding or unpredictable, is to stay alert, keep your eyes on the road, and always be ready for the unexpected. As you can see, the car market has been on a bit of a roller coaster ride. Next, let's cruise into the world of luxury cars, where the challenges are as high as the price tags. Now, when it comes to luxury cars, the word affordable is not often in the vocabulary, but lately these high-end rides are facing some serious challenges. Picture this. You've just signed the papers for a shiny new luxury car. You're enjoying the new car smell, the smooth ride, the envious glances. But lurking beneath this veneer of luxury are some harsh realities. Interest rates, for one, have been soaring. With an average rate hovering around 8%, financing a luxury car has become a costly venture. It's like riding in a limousine with a fuel tank that's always half empty, and we're not even talking about the depreciation factor yet. The moment you drive that beauty off the lot, its value takes a nosedive faster than a sports car hitting 0 to 60. Then there's insurance. If you thought insuring a regular car was expensive, try getting a quote for a luxury model. It's like purchasing a diamond-encrusted airbag. These skyrocketing costs are causing a significant drop in resale values. That means your dream car might not be the investment you thought it was. In response to these challenges, manufacturers are taking different routes. Some are putting up a fight, resisting the urge to increase supply in order to maintain higher prices. It's like a game of high-stakes poker, where the stakes are as sleek as the cars themselves. Others, however, are offering incentives to move inventory. They're rolling out the red carpet, offering deals that might make you feel like you're at a 5-star hotel rather than a dealership. But remember, there's no such thing as a free lunch, even in the world of luxury cars, so if you're in the market for a luxury car, you might want to pump the brakes. Take a moment to consider these challenges and make an informed decision. After all, luxury is not just about the ride, it's about the journey. And nobody wants their journey to be full of unexpected potholes. Now that we've navigated the twists and turns of the car market, how can you make a smart purchase? Let's dive into that. In the current market, patience is not just a virtue, it's your best friend. Rushing into a car purchase could potentially lead to a financial pitfall. So, take a deep breath, sit back, and let the market do its thing. The fluctuations we're seeing today are likely to stabilize over time. When it comes to buying a new car, incentives and interest rates should be on top of your checklist. Some brands are offering attractive incentives to move inventory. These could come in the form of cash rebates, low-interest financing, or lease specials. However, don't let these shiny offers blind you. Always compare the total cost over the life of the loan and not just the monthly payments. Interest rates are also crucial. Remember, a low interest rate could save you a significant chunk of change over the life of your car loan, so keep an eye out for those rates and don't be shy to negotiate. Now let's talk about insurance. Insurance costs have seen a significant increase, particularly in certain regions. While you might be enamored by the sleek design and the roaring engine of your potential new ride, don't forget to check how much it'll cost you to insure it. Some cars, especially luxury and sports cars, can carry hefty insurance premiums. And let's face it, there's no point in having a fancy car in your driveway if you can't afford to drive it. So, before you sign on that dotted line, get an insurance quote for the car you have in mind. In conclusion, when it comes to buying a car in today's market, knowledge is power. Do your research, understand the market dynamics, and most importantly, have patience. Remember, you're not just buying a car, you're making an investment. In this market, it pays to take the scenic route. Slow and steady wins the race.